Diamonds, this is when everyone is quieted down. There's a bit more of a local atmosphere because there's not as many people. A lot of the CS players are gone, for example. A lot of battalion guys left. It's cool to be here around this time. It's also not quite as warm or as sweaty.
Yes, oh my god. The smell of just people that don't know what deodorant means when you came into this place for the first time. Oh my god. It was horrendous.
Yeah, no, it wasn't ideal. Right now, though, we're going to be hopping into Coastal, of course. Leisure kicking things off over here on the Allied side, of course. It is going to be London, actually, on the Axis side. I was a little bit confused for a second. The colors always throw me off, not going to lie to you, but Max Strafe pushed up towards T. A very quick couple of kills. Actually managed to trade out to the Carbine and takes down Mylant in the meantime as well. With that now, a 4-on-2 going to be in play. It's actually only Max Strafe that has managed to frag for London so far. And they're still in such a great spot. Reese pushing up through T, trying to see if he can find the trade. They will eventually be successful. But they've still a pretty tough spot here to try and actually recover from. The bomb should at least be retrieved.
Yeah, it's going to be picked up. And actually the continuation, Daxton's in a really bad spot. Shot on the back, it just further exemplifies it. But as Reese falls, so too does the bomb. Going down to the floor and leaving Rejects in a 1 versus 2 to play out. No bomb possession. And it's being watched cautiously by Azuma, but you can see Rejects is about to check this angle. Oh, not quite the right height. Goes out for it, even being low HP. Knew that Azuma would be pushing either way. It's 1-0. And a start for London Esports that definitely doesn't help the narrative of Leisure. You might be asking, why are the rounds on the board twice? It's because Darks and Noob. No, it's not. It's because a best of 3 result is 1-0 in favor of London Esports. And, of course, the round score is 1-0 with them picking up the opening. I just like to say Darks and Noob because, you know, why not?
Do you know what put me off Battalion when I first played it, Mitch?
What, Dark being there?
No, the ADS, because I just couldn't get used to it from CS because I kept ending up having the view model blocking people.
Yeah.
And it really tilted. What the hell? Okay, Reese just takes a kill up from mid. I think he got that just before the smoke bloomed. But then Fuckerman able to take one as well. So within just a couple of seconds of this round beginning, suddenly it's a 5-on-3. Make that a 5-on-2. Honestly, thought Max Strafe was going to be able to find at least one from that position. Unfortunately, it did not happen. It's only Azuma so far that's been able to find anything for London. And with that now, a 4-on-2. Rejects alongside Daxton pushed in towards that spawn. Eventually, we will see Fuckerman being able to take himself 1. So it's all on Azuma. Has 2. He's going to need the ace clutch. Not too likely to happen, but as I say that, able to catch a player off guard completely on mid, so who knows? I mean, the bomb only now going down still has 45 seconds to work with in a 1-on-2. This is a much more winnable position than Azuma should be in at this point. I don't think he's going to expect someone up close, though. Yeah, ends up getting caught off guard there by Rejects, who was in behind the car. Popped up, had his teammate as well, ready to peek in from the bomb site. Reese, of course. He's very outgoing, so he was ready to get out of the house.
You could hear him screaming just as soon as they won that round. That's the advantage of it being a little bit quieter. You can actually hear everything from even where we are across the stadium, which is quite handy.
The hall, I think, would be the best way to put it.
The arena, I think, is what it's called outside.
Well, it is technically an arena, but it's a volleyball arena, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it. We got Volleyball England written all around the place.
The National Volleyball Centre.
Yeah, and outside there's outdoor volleyball nets for those 3 days of sunshine.
What is exercise, Mitch? That is my question.
The real question. Well, Mylant's exercising great grenade usage, so I guess that's probably what it is. It's when you play video games enough that you're efficient. Mylant, 1 HP. The aggression there from Max Strafe. That's a kill. London Esports, though, still at a disadvantage to play with. Zlatan and Max Strafe both managed to regen up all their health. And as Leisure maintain a lot of control over towards B, they still haven't got that bomb over. It eventually makes it in. A fake plank goes through, looking for nades. No one spots them. Nice flank. Could be obtained. You can see at the moment. No, never mind. The leader's gone. He was trying to come up behind them, catch them off guard, but they faked the bomb plant and then just waited for anyone to get aggressive. They knew it was going to happen! I thought Max Strafe was onto something, but it doesn't come through. And 2-1, Leisure pick up another round here on the Allied side. The attack looking good with a 3K from Headbangery.
Yeah, Headbangery is, in the games they've won, I feel like he's been a very important factor. If he shows up, then that's when they can get the victory. If he doesn't, I feel like they definitely do struggle, just because they don't have anyone who stands out as a massive fragger, so they do need everyone to show up, and when they do have that one player who has a spectacular performance, that's what puts them over the edge. Although, of course, in that previous game, there wasn't an edge anywhere near them to get over.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, looking better here so far in Coastal. The 2-1 lead, a good start up against a very weak buy in this round, which is Gavers, and then the 1 MP28 on towards Daxton. Or as you'd call it, Mitch, the popcorn gun.
Popcorn rifle, yes indeedy, or gun, works. I was playing with Kostya when the update with the MP28 recently came out. I just remember I hadn't even looked at the notes. I just hopped into a game with him, and he was like, "Yeah, we're playing with the popcorn gun. Just play popcorn gun. Pretty good." And I was like, "All right, that's what I'm calling it. I don't even care what it's called."
With that name.
It's like MP what? I don't know what that is. It's a popcorn gun.
For a little while, I only knew it by the name of popcorn gun. I knew it was MP20 something, but I didn't know what number in the end, so I just went with popcorn gun all the time.
There you go. That's all thanks to Kostya.
It was because of you, because I only ever commentated with you.
He asked me for a shout out as we started this, so shout out to Kostya for naming the popcorn gun. I don't know if someone came up with it first and he stole it, but I stole it from him. So I guess we give credit down the line. Ask Kostya who came up with it first. Not a great spot for a zoom. I mean, you got to give air. You're being pushed down by multiple players. Fuckerman comes in on a Daxton. Lands himself a quick scope. Wasn't even scoped in, really. It was in the process of scoping. 2 versus 4. I mean, the retake for London Esports shouldn't net a whole lot. Bomb already planted behind the statue. Smokes down. I mean, you've still got lots to work with for Leisure. Great shot by Headbangery. My God. Ripping it straight off. And Zlatan doesn't check down below. No way. I mean, Mylanson just too much of an off angle for him to even think about. 3-1 whistles coming from the player area, as London Esports are not going to be feeling all too hot right now. Oh, ho, 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 but look at what the leader's got. He's got some beautiful weapons out.
Yeah, and then Zlatan actually has the scoped car 98 as well up there, so a couple of cars in play, one with the scope. I think this is what London have been aiming for, because they have that individual skill. Once they get rolling, it can be very difficult to stop them. So if Leisure can pick up this round, then they're in a great spot already, having 3 rounds on the Allied side. If they can pick up even 3 more in total, I think they will be feeling happy enough. So a very strong foundation for them to be able to actually build off of now in the rest of this half. As I say that, though, we do see Leisure looking to try and work over towards the A-bomb site instead, so a little bit of a switch up. The smoke's down around the statue, giving them the chance to try and actually advance forward and close in the distance a little bit. A shot being connected initially onto rejects right there, but it's actually Headbangery who ends up going down. As I say that, though, a couple of trades immediately coming back from Leisure. Fuckerman actually going to take himself a second on that scoped rifle before eventually falling to the leader, but it's still a 3-on-2. And as I say that, Reese coming in with 1, drops it all onto the shoulders of Azuma now. A lot of pressure in this 1 versus 3. He is in a decent position with this long flank. If he had more teammates, this would be so useful.
Reese's got the Car 98K now as well. Great upgrade for him. Myland with the ability to fight close and long. SMG alongside the Gaver. And rejects, I mean, ability to fight close range and long, considering the fact that he's got that Gara. And Azuma checks his corners, though. He's so conscious of where other people... I mean, this guy has such a good read on how other players are playing. 4 bullets in the magazine. Does he want to go with it? He's kind of thinking about it. Up right now here with the MP40 after clearing the long-range angles, but going up the stairs is going to net him nothing but a lot of info given over to his opponents. Makes it up with a little bit of damage taken, coming out with the MP40. He's being watched from the broken wall. He knows it. 14 seconds left. Needs the kill on sight. Has an idea where he is. Coming around, though. Reese finds it. Car 98K frag. And I can see them again standing up and screaming. Luckily, they're sat directly across from each other, offset by 1 or 2 PCs. So they're able to look right into the eyes of the player they've just killed and tell them they're bad.
Just tell them the truth, Mitch.
Exactly. That's the way you like to see it. I mean,
I really do prefer the trash talk we've been getting from the battalion teams.
Yeah, it's better than F you, no F you, no F you.
Literally, that was what happened. There was 2 CS teams playing each other. I love CS, it's my main game. But there was 2 CS teams who were trying to trash talk each other, and it was just the 2 teams saying F you over and over again, and it was so horrible. I'm like, lads, just use your brain power somewhat. Think of a couple different words, like, come on.
Fucker man me, no fucker man you. That's a player name. It's okay. It's allowed.
You can say that.
If the tournament lets him play under that name, I can say it as much as I goddamn want. That's for sure. Great shot by Azuma, though. That's a huge connection. He's also got support up close by his teammate. At Epic. That's his official name. That's Dax in there in the MP40. And he's just supporting him up close. The leader's able to take Reese. Pistol kill for Fuckerman, and he's eliminating the leader, gaining a little bit of control over towards the tank. Head ripped off, though. Actually, no, it's Max Strafe taking the body shots, and then Headbangery trading out, leaving it into a 1 versus 2. Headbangery's got a lot of work to do. Bomb not under his control. I presume that's dropped in the open, so it should have been spotted by Daxton on the cross.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. It's dropped just kind of outside of the door right now for that mid-house, so not going to be the easiest of retrievals, of course. Making things certainly a little bit more difficult than Headbangery would be hoping for, but he is actually going to be able to pick it up. There's a player in towards the spawn. That's the only issue. So the second he picks it up, tries to make his way back in through the spawn area over towards B. Daxton just waiting, though. A very easy kill indeed going to come in. So with that, a 4-2 lead, rather. The second round has been found for London, but they need to start replicating that performance a little bit more. Being on the Axis side right now, you definitely would be... You'd be hoping, for the sake of them, that they come out with at least around 6 or 7 rounds, just for them to feel relatively happy. So the fact that Leisure this early on already have 4 on the board is not the greatest of signs for them. But again, they are up by 1 map in the series overall. So it's not really the end of the world that they are having a little bit of a slower start on this one. And as you can see, for Leisure in this round right now, they're actually going to be going with just 5 carbines. So on paper, this should be a round that London Esports are heavily favoured in.
Okay, the carbine's still a very capable weapon, though. Those one-shot headshots help it out a lot. The rate of fire being as fast as you can click. Get yourself quite a lot of bullets out there and quite a lot of DPS. Rejects trades out ReCM. This leaves Leisure pushing towards the bomb site with just 1 player really defending, 2 in the back line, Zlatan and Azuma. Azuma on the scope, but it's the leader finding himself an opening with the Kar98K. Azuma actually taking out the STG up close. Forgive me, I thought he was using the scope. And for Leisure, look, they've lost a couple of players. They've realized now there's at least 2 towards B. So the rotation they're calling is definitely the right one. The only issue is that Max Strafe is in a really good position to catch them off guard. He's tucked in the bottom of red, and as they push on through, this is going to be an angle that is probably not going to be checked. You see the particular angle he's holding? He can see them if they start to push out through middle as well down to Statue. So he gains a lot of information for his team. Now realizing maybe they're taking coast, so he comes down, watching Tank, waiting for his step, waiting for any information to be given over. Spots one in the back, turns to the second, and he's got it. A 2K for Max Strafe. Great positioning, and a great read on how those players were approaching the round, or the final stages of it. The communication from the B side that they were clearly faking it out, and they were no longer committing towards it was given over, and he reacted very well on the back of that.
Bit unfortunate right there for Leisure, because Fuckerman was in such a great position where he really could have given them the opportunity to split in towards either bomb site, but unfortunately trying to take that fight in towards the player on the steps ends up going down at that point. Then it's just a bit difficult for the rest of them to try and actually get in towards the A bomb site. So pretty tough one indeed. As we said though, only going into that round with the 5 carbines, they didn't really invest a lot into it, so Leisure, they're not going to be too upset getting a couple of kills, doing a little bit of damage. This is the buy round that they were aiming towards, but they do use a lot of utility early on, so right now only a couple of smokes left to work with. Zlatan getting aggressive in through T there towards middle, is able to find one before he eventually goes down. But with Azuma having found a frag in the meantime, it's not really that big of a deal. Max Strafe even getting aggressive in through yellow manages to find one.
The bomb's still safe at least. Tucked in behind that truck, shouldn't be spotted all too easily by London. Even Max Strafe pushing up, he thinks he's flanking at the A players. But look at this position, tucks in. He's got connector if they push on through T. And of course he's got the angle that he's just heard a player stepping on. Is the information on where at least one is, maybe even the second. MP40 comes out knowing this is going to be a more close range angle, or close range engagement if it's forced. Nothing found just yet though, and now we look towards Daxton to land it. The broken wall player. He's playing around the white boxes, and not going to be the easiest of positions if he gets spotted out initially, but Deleter finding that. Here's the rush over from Rejects. No idea Daxton was in position, ready to take him down. 4-4. And 4 players surviving with 4 tokens on most players. This is looking good for London Esports. Just under 14 seconds left in the freeze time. What are we going for in a buy for Leisure? 2 players have 4 tokens, but they invest them fully for all of these weapons. I just tried to get 4 in as much as I physically could have. And with 4 kills on one of the players on London, but the scoreboard's gone away, so I can't see who. So we'll just leave it at that. You know, looking good for them. Now, but Leisure decided to invest in majority into Tommy guns, but Reese actually takes himself a shotgun, which was a really interesting buy from him, with Rejects landing it on his last time up close. That's going to be a Kar98K retrieve. Push coming in towards the main site underneath. We find the leader with a frag, but Fuckerman takes 2. Tommy in hand finds this final player as well. Scoped in. Azuma should be able to find this as he comes on out. Oh, no. That's not the angle you wanted to give away there. Just jumped a little bit too straight, unfortunately.
Yeah, coming down to such a close 1 versus 1 as well. A tough round for Leisure to be losing in such a position, but again, going to be coming back onto a pretty good buy, so it's not really the end of the world for them. 4 rounds already on the Allied side, even though London have managed to pull back 4 rounds in a row for themselves. It's still a spot here where Leisure, if they can pick up even 1 or 2 more rounds, I don't think they'll really be too upset about the about how the Allied half has actually gone overall. So that is their goal. Let's see if they're actually going to be able to make that happen, though, because London took that first map, are beginning to kind of get that momentum and confidence rolling again for themselves. So you do have to be a little bit worried for sure. But Fucker, man, actually kicks things off, taking down Azuma, a man who's been having so much impact for London Esports. Going down early on, not a good position really for them to be in, but it's Zlatan who gets aggressive and does indeed return 1, so it's still the 4-on-4. Headbangery probably not realizing that he is very up close right now. Basically touching each other. If there wasn't the wall, Max Strafe, okay. Not even sure if he was 100% sure that there was a player in that position.
I think he saw the gun.
But as the smoke bloomed, either way, took the shot. As you said, probably saw the barrel. I couldn't tell myself, but it worked out for him. It was a nice little kill to find. Unfortunately, he does end up going down to Reese, who had been able to creep around on this ledge. So it is the 3 versus 3 once again. Zlatan looking to try and boost himself up above this smoke to try and see what he can find. It's Daxton instead. Takes down 2. And with that, it's all onto Myland. Ends up getting flanked out. Zlatan finishes him off. And there it is, 6-4 now for London Esports.
Again, Daxton, I don't know how he gets 2 kills in that position. He's been pushed down by 3 players in the end. MP40 in play, yes. You can see a lot of damage coming down very quickly from SMGs, but not like that. We got a Car 98K coming out on Max Strafe with full investment from London Esports. Again, no economy built up. That's one thing. The economy game doesn't play out the same as in CSGO. You can be limited in terms of what you buy, but you can always buy weapons that give you a chance at winning the round. 2 Car 98Ks, Max Strafe and Deleter, having those. You've even got Zlatan saving 1 forward, so this is not going to be easy for Leisure, but they take it the right way, getting all those smokes down. Initially a trade coming through as Daxton manages to return 1 onto Rejects. Great angle by Fuckerman as he finds himself another. Manipulating this mid area all game long to land himself multiple kills. And this is starting to look a little bit poorer for London Esports. At least 1 pulled back by Zlatan, but they lose the bomb site and control as the bomb is planted and time flips over into favor for Leisure. They just have to hold this clock, keep it at bay, and with 2 Car 98Ks recovered by the Allied side, it is going to look pretty good for them when it comes down to the ranged fights. Just like that from Reese, jumping out for another, not quite going to land it, but he has the info on where the player was. Azuma backed over to his right. I don't know if he quite spotted that out. He hasn't got that info to play with just yet. Azuma creeping up. The steps should have been heard at this point by Myland. Communication clearly there as Reese backs off a little bit. And 14 seconds left. Azuma just looks to find as many kills as he can. Potentially remove some of these Car 98Ks from play, as that's a really threatening lineup for Leisure to have coming into the next round.
Yeah, especially over on the Allied side, having the opportunity then to pick up the opening kills early on is always a bit of an issue, especially when, of course, the economy for London in this round is actually not going to allow for them to really have the rifles, whether it's scopeless or otherwise. So unfortunately, they are going to be stuck down to some weaker weaponry in this one. So a good opportunity for Leisure, even though, of course, they did take the four rounds early on. It's only now, coming into the second last round, that they actually found themselves a 5th. They still have the chance to actually keep it equal as they head into the second half. That's the issue. Being on the Allied side, picking up those early rounds, they had a great foundation. They weren't really too pressured to pick up more, just trying to grind them out and eventually taking one, a chance to take another off the back of it as well. Right now, though, the smoke aggressive down towards middle, giving them the opportunity to try and push forward. It's Zlatan pushing in through TU, finds himself an easy kill onto Myland there, who's trying to actually throw a nade out on towards B. And it was the leader as well to find a kill elsewhere. Max Strafe finding Headbangery, trying to jump up on top of the boost spot right there to see if he could find anything. And this round has very quickly spiraled out of control, Mitch.
Max finds another towards top middle. This is not looking good for Leisure at all. A 1v5 out of control and out of the realm of possibility. Really, Reese has got a huge clutch to make happen. And it's Max Strafe that gets a 3rd. 7-5. You know, based on how we started out, I'm not feeling terrible for London Esports. I feel like they've got a decent amount of rounds on the board now. This is perfectly winnable for either team, really. And that's not what you want to hear is the conclusion after a half, you know. So stuff has happened, but basically we're where we started. But it comes down now to this half. This is the decider. You know, that's all obviously never the case that the second half decides who wins, but here it is for once.
Yeah, no, a 7-5 in this game is like a 9-6 in CSGO.
Yeah.
Just because there's that few extra rounds, you just drop a couple off each and then it's good. But yeah, I mean, 5 rounds on the Allied side is pretty good from Leisure. The only issue is the fact that they lost the momentum. They were only able to pick up one of the last like 7 rounds for themselves. So it's not great for confidence, even though it is still a decent scoreline overall. So you do have to be a little bit worried. Oh, the shotgun and post though. Headbangery able to find himself 2 kills quickly before eventually going down to Zlatan. But Reese even picks up a knife right there. Zlatan falls. It's Max Strafe left to try and actually recover the situation right now for London Esports. And it's going to be the shotgun that he faces off against soon because Reese has recovered it. Actually takes the fight downstairs and goes towards the outside to find Fucker, man. So 1 versus 2. I mean, with 50 seconds plus still left on the clock, he could bring this anywhere.
When Reese found that knife, I could actually hear him laughing from all the way over here. I could just hear his, like... It's beautiful, because he just got away, and there's no way he should have made it out of there. Shotgun in play, +5, no +10 for him, but maybe a second kill. And a third in the round as he looks down below him. A little bit too far away now. Nice strafe coming out. In the middle, he finds one, turns around, looking for Reese to take a peek. I mean, Reese's only got the shotgun. He has to play close range. Bombs in play for Max Strafe. He just needs to go B. Yeah, he makes the right call.
Yeah, at the very least now gives himself the bomb plant, gives also an opportunity for him to try and actually set up for the after plant, gives a good bit of time. Reese at this point should just about realize the bomb has been planted elsewhere, especially as he gets the sound indication, of course. So going to begin to move over. As I said, though, it gives Max Strafe the time to set himself up for this after plant. So it's not going to be an easy one because was able to get that bomb down, knows, of course, where he put it, where he can try and play off. Oh my God! Alrighty then, Reese spots him peeking out. Max Strafe just instantly destroyed. He was just trying to shoulder peek for info, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like I'm in a coma. That was insane. He had no idea. Like, Max
I've never seen Reese be so good at anything.
Chugging beer, maybe.
Maybe. Even then, he's beaten out by Mark. So
that is insane. Like, the thing there is he has no idea. The timing works out for him.
Yeah.
But Max Strafe is focused on that angle as he peeks out. He's catching him off guard. Reese isn't ready for it. Flick up, headshot, no problem. He's still shooting. He's killed him and he's still shooting. Going, wait, is he dead? Did he prone or is he dead? What's going on? That was phenomenal. Reese, you're an animal. 7-6. Leisure take a round by the skin of their teeth. London Esports now on the offensive. They want to move over towards the B side very quick. So many SMGs to play with. Deleter overwhelms Fuckerman to start it off. Rejects isn't able to peek anymore. He's not being spotted in the little crack, but now Daxton. Oh, if he pushes around here, there's a second player to help. That could be a little bit awkward. Daxton finds the kill, bails. No, he goes around with the pistol out. The man doesn't give a damn. He's still fighting. He doesn't need to regen health. He doesn't even get hit. And it's a 1 versus 5. Just like that, the round's over. We've barely seen a damn thing. And it's 8-6.
Well, that was a convincing round.
I mean, you could say that.
Maybe London were a little bit upset about the fact that Reese was able to hit such a crazy shot to clutch out that previous round. I don't think they let it tilt them. Instantly just coming back in, taking a convincing round right there. And as you can see now, the buy, although Leisure do invest into this round, they're going to be leaving a couple of tokens on towards the players. Get mostly the Gavers, one shot going to get onto Headbangery. So this is pretty much the first round and a half right now again in terms of the actual buy here for Leisure.
Yeah, exactly. Except they've got 4 Gavers instead of having the one weaker weapon they have, one popcorn. Oh no! Oh, Zlatan! Oh, Mylan, stop it! Through the smoky headshots, Azuma has second kill for him. But trying to bail out of there, not a chance for Max Strafe as he's eliminated. And a 1 versus 3 evolves. Zlatan on the car 98 misses it out with the Tommy, but the shotgun close for Headbangery. Doesn't always need to go for the heads. They are happy as can be. I can see them. Oh, I see some individual fingers being raised on each hand. Let's put it that way.
The
from
pinkies?
London Esports. Not the index fingers, of course. At least someone pretty close to that. From this distance, I couldn't quite make it out, but I think it was the index fingers saying, we're going up. You know, it's like you're going down.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
8-7, 1 round in the difference right now between these two teams. They've been keeping it very close. The only issue is for Leisure, they need to take this victory. Otherwise, of course, they are finished in this tournament. They've been playing a great tournament overall, to be fair. You cannot fault them in general. But you do want to see them fight back into this, and Rejects picking up the opening kill here in this round certainly gives them a good opportunity, and actually manages to find a second on the Zlatan as well. And there's really, up to this point, no real chance for London to actually trade that one back. Fuckerman even extending the advantage. Eventually, Azuma are going to be able to take one onto Risi, but that doesn't matter. Rejects takes himself a hat-trick.
Not many people are going to believe in this 1v4. Maxstrafe, one of the more capable players in Battalion at the moment. I mean, he's such a strong rifler. When he gets down and dirty to it, finds one, looks towards the site, can't quite land it. Hoping to bait out the player at the wall. He is working these guys right now, taking the fights one at a time. Eventually, though, he's caught off guard by Headbangery re-peeking that just as he starts to sprint. 8-8 we go over, but they gave him opportunities to find those kills. Like, there was no trading potential. Every shot that he landed, if he found the kill, that's it. There's nothing you can do about it, but hope he peeks into an angle that you've got. But there was no immediate reaction possible from London Esports. Or from Leisure, rather. So a little bit of a risky play, but at the end of the day, you had to find 4 1v1 duels, which is pretty unlikely at the best of times.
Not a position you actually see people taking very, very often on this map, to be honest. Jumping up on the roof right there from Maxstrafe. You can kind of find the early kill if someone peeks around tank, but if they don't, then it's kind of useless because there's no other positions that you can actually really see from it. So I think that's why people don't really bother using it too often. Yeah,
when you're in matchmaking, it's used a lot. It can be used a lot, very efficiently, but when you're playing against teams that are going to smoke mid early round, there's not a lot of point, really.
Yeah, and even if they didn't smoke it, it's very unlikely that they're going to peek out dry in towards that position. Risi finding one, though, as they begin to push in towards B. Unfortunately, only able to get a single kill. Fuckerman in a similar position where he gets traded out immediately. Maxstrafe even elsewhere on that scope, being able to cut off the rotation. Suddenly, Headbangery is left as the last man standing. 1 versus 3, you don't really fancy his chances in this position. I think a save, considering he has an M1 Garand and also a Thompson with a smoke to work with. So I don't think really even trying to attempt the retake is worthwhile at this point, and you can see that is the case, beginning to back off. It's going to be 9-8 though. London reclaiming the lead.
Taking a look at the scoreboard here. F-Man, 19-13. But it's Maxstrafe leading the charge. Like we said, one of the more capable riflers in Battalion at the moment. 20 kills on the board. And it's such a tight game. I mean, these performances are fairly close-knit as well. It's London that are leading it by a bit, I suppose, overall. But like I was talking to Risi about, it's not as easy as looking at these kind of games going, Mylant isn't getting many frags. He sucks. Like, you can easily... I hope no one clips just that part and sends it to him. He'll be like, screw this Mitch guy.
That's the issue with how we commentate, Mitch. We're very sarcastic, so we throw that in sometimes.
Just clip that and nothing else I said. He'll be like, oh, screw this Mitch guy. I don't know who he thinks he is. No, but it's not that easy to say that, especially not with a team like Leisure. They're so well drilled. If you're looking at some of the mixes, Sector 1, for example, if someone's not fragging, they're probably not doing their job because they're not a team that have a deep strat book. They're not a team that are looking to play. Oh, my God. They're looking to play well off each other or bait players out. Whereas Leisure can do that a little bit more because they've got that that level of practice to them, right? They've got good timing and all that sort of good stuff. Milo, not quite losing the engagement there, keeping Zlatan back a little bit, but now there's support. A second player in to help out. Smoke goes down towards the back of Yellow, and this is a little bit of trouble that comes through from Myland. If he gets pushed down in this close corner, he should, oh, what? They're just going one at a time. Picks up the Tommy. No, not able to convert it over onto Zlatan. At least that's somewhat of an advantage, and Daxton on 1 HP survives and regens up that health. A man disadvantage traded back to bring a 4 versus 4. Leisure with 3 players down towards this B side as well. Not too easy for London Esports as they're preferencing it right now.
Yeah, they certainly are, although a couple of players already in position for this Axis side rather to actually hold down. Certainly could be a little bit of an issue. Fuckerman able to find one. The only issue is Risi goes down without being able to get anything done from the bomb site itself, so Rejects on the rotate is forced to try and actually pull one back, which he does do, but I don't really think he can afford to go forward and actually try and stop this bomb plant right now.
Deleter. Oh, Deleter, no. Checking the close left corner. It's a percentage play. You don't want to get knifed from there, but that gave the play over to Rejects to catch him off guard and find the frag. 9-9. We're tied up, but Leisure are on the defense. Leisure have the advantage. They've got the position to play from where they can feel this a little bit more comfortable. And for London Esports, I would not want to be in their shoes right now.
Yeah, no, being on the Allied side, as you said, a little bit more pressure on them, considering it is the slightly harder side of the map. But I mean, considering London are such a strong team, I don't think they're going to be too worried about this one. They are definitely capable. They have the practice, which of course Leisure do not have. So I think they'll be feeling, okay, we're good. We know what to do here on the Allied side. The only issue is there's still so much firepower for Leisure to work with. You can see off the back of that, able to find the opening kill already.
Oh.
And Rejects even finding a double right there, pushed up through mid, manages to find 2 players coming back out of the mid-house. Mylan then finding one as well onto Zlatan. And with that, it's all onto Daxton. DTN, I mean, I don't fancy his chances right now. Maybe he could pick up that bomb. The only issue is it's around broken wall. So even then, everyone right now, I think, is focused around that area. Even if they don't know that the bomb's actually down.
Yeah, it's not easy for Dutton.
Dutton.
Young Dutton taking a long-range fight with a Thompson. I don't think he's going to be getting a whole lot done. Pistol out, probably the right call. Doesn't want to give away that SMG. Especially not the Tommy. I mean, our 2 players already have it, though. So they've certainly got quite a lot to play with.
Yeah, I mean, giving away a Thompson isn't that big of a deal, considering there's already, like, a couple Thompsons, as you said, a couple Kar-98s, SDGs and stuff. It's not the end of the world. It's more so the snipers not many you don't want to give away, but either way, being in a 1-on-4, you just don't know what you want to do. Do you want to save that Thompson? There's so much time on the clock that it's not very likely you're going to sit back and they'll probably end up hunting you down. Or else you just go for it. It's a 1-on-4. What are your chances of winning? Very slim. So it's just not a good spot to be in. No matter what decision you make, it's probably not going to work out. But 10-9, Leisure are going to find double digits. They have been inching out these games all day long, and right now they want to make this a 3-map series. They want to end the day off on a high note. And I would imagine by that they're looking to get themselves the victory, of course, because although they are a mix, they're confident in themselves. They know what they're capable of.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, they're fine by RCM as a mix, but they've been practicing for like a month or 2. Which, you know, isn't really a mix.
I mean, I don't know if they're practicing.
No,
I'm just being told what the players
That's what he told. That's what I'm saying. He told us at the start of today, yesterday, we're a mix. I was like, okay, cool, but we've got 2 months practice. What do you mean then? That's not what a mix is.
Sector 1 was a mix. A day notice.
Yeah, indeed. A couple hours. Shots being landed by Fuckerman here in the Kar-98K, leaving them into a huge advantage and a very quick sweep up by Leisure. 11-9. They are going crazy over in their corner, and it's looking like a 3rd map might be afoot. London on the attack have got so much work to do. 11-9 is not a scoreline you want to be on right now, but at least they've got the 1-0 lead in the best of 3.
Yeah, but it is really looking like it's going to be that 3-map series, so a little bit awkward. I mean, if Leisure are able to continue over with this momentum in towards map number 3 as well, you do have to be a little bit worried for London, because they haven't really had many difficult games apart from that up against Endpoint. So having to actually fight in from behind is a little bit different for them. Rejects actually picking up an opening kill with a nade, which I don't think has been a situation that has happened very often here actually so far on Coastal.
No, it really hasn't. I want to mention Leisure are one of the more tilt-proof teams in this tournament. Endpoint I'd pin as maybe another one. Oh my god, fucker! What is that onto Azuma? Max Strafe, okay, he catches him crossing, but the shot onto a prone Azuma is just filthy. With Rejects falling, Daxton knows that there's a player around this area, but he finds out the hard way that he's on top of stairs. The fucker taking a 3rd kill, and a final for RCM. It's 12-9. Now what I'm saying was Leisure are one of the more tilt-proof teams because they have nothing to prove. They're not players that come, you know, top 2 at every single LAN. They're not players that we're going, well, look, if they don't win this game, that's embarrassing. For London, they have been so strong. They've been pinned as Kaiserson's favorites. How's that looking now, Kais? And, you know, like, this is a strong-ass team that should be doing really, really well. But for Leisure, so for London, losing this is sort of an embarrassment. Maybe not an embarrassment per se, because, I mean, obviously Leisure have been playing really well. But start of the day, start of the tournament, they shouldn't lose to this team. So they have a lot more pressure on their shoulders. 2 opening duels. A 3rd as well goes their way. Mylan on a double. He's definitely not the noob that I could be taken out of context as saying earlier. And a 2 versus 4. I think Leisure have got this in the bag, Dean, and we'll be going to Manor House.
Yeah, it really does look to be the case. A kill coming back in from Daxton, at least giving them a chance to try and fight back into this round, but it's still a man disadvantage, so it's not looking amazing. The bomb is being tapped there by Azuma. I believe he's just trying to stick it. No, actually has hopped off it for the moment, so you get to actually try and get that one planted, hoping that someone's going to try and take a bit of a peek in for them to find some sort of opening into this round. And there we go. No, okay, not sticking it again. This time someone actually does peek in. That's the thing with Battalion. It seems like there's a lot more fake plants. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in their favor because Daxton tries to force the issue towards L, and Fuckerman finds that kill and then even manages to find the final one as well. I didn't even know you